2.5% of change. So you don't have to write this part down yet, but just this is what happened just now. When you went from $5 to $10, the amount of change was $5. But you started with 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1, or basically 100%. When I went from 1,000 to 1,020, I only changed by $20 compared to 1,000. That's only 2%. This is what actually happened. You guys aren't mad again. You're not mad about the amount. You're mad about the change. That's what actually gets us, and that's what's kind of interesting. All right. So let's write this down. Okay. So percent of change is this. Okay. Amount of change over the original. Write that down. Okay. This is the whole thing. The amount of change divided by the original amount. Let's do an example. Let me walk you through an example here. All right. Let's say something originally cost $120, but then it changed to $135. All right, so it went from 120 to 135. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to walk through this one together. We're first going to find out how much did it change. In order to find the change, all you have to do is subtract. Okay, so the amount of change is 135 minus 120. Right? If I want to know how much anything changed, I just subtract, right? Whether it's going up or down, I can just subtract. All right. So 135 minus 120 is 15. Yeah. Now here's the tricky part. It's the change over the original amount. So what was the original? Was it 120 or 135? What do you guys think? What do we start with?
120.
Okay. Yep. Thank you. Yeah, the first number, right? It doesn't matter if it's bigger or smaller. The number you started with was 120. Yeah? So here we go. So divide by 120. Okay, calculator time. Grab your calculator and then just divide. 15 divided by 120. What do you get? Go and put in the chat. What do you get? 15 divided by 120. Remember, 15 goes in first. It's not bigger number first. It's the number on top first. So do that in your calculator, please. 15 divided by 120. Thank you, Ned. Thank you, Madeline. Thank you, Chris. Not quite, Jin Fing. Try it again. 15 divided by 120. Thank you, Giselle. Thank you, Andres. Okay. Yeah. All right. So you get this 0.125. Okay. Now remember, to change a decimal to percent, we're going to move the decimal over 2 places to the right. So here we go. So this is actually 12.5%. You see that? I just moved the decimal 2 places to the right. Remember, when we go to decimal to, we haven't done this in a while, or some of you guys have, depending on which method you've been using for the last couple lessons. Okay. 12.5%. Yeah? Does that make sense? 2 decimals, right? Now, here's one other thing. Is this an increase or a decrease? Did I go up from where I started or down from where I started? What do you guys think? Show me the finger. Up for increase, down for decrease. Okay, remember, I went from 120 to 135. So did it go up or did it go down? It went up, right? So we call this a 12.5% increase. You have to make sure you tell which way it is, right? Because you don't want to just say, hey, how much did that change? Oh, 12.5%. Was that a discount or was that a tax? You know, like, does it cost more? Does it cost less? It's very important that you say that it's an increase or a decrease.
Wait, do you have to write like the percentage, like 12.5%?
Yes.
Do you have to?
Okay, let's try another one. Let's try another one, right? Let's say you had something was originally 30 inches, but now it's only 24 inches. Can you find the percent of change? All right, and don't forget to tell me if it's an increase or decrease. Increase or decrease. Thank you, Madeline. Good job. Thank you, Jinfeng. Not quite Jinfeng. It is a decrease, that's right, but not quite the number. Good. Increase or decrease, Giselle? The other one. Remember, we started at 30 and now we're at 24. All right, let's take a look. Here we go. Ready? Watch. So remember, change over original. Okay. 30 minus 24. Now, here's where this is the only place where you can make a mistake, really. Is the original number 30 or is the original number 24? What did I start with? Did I start with 30 or did I start with 24?
30.
We started with 30, yeah? So this is the only place you can make a mistake because it's always subtraction, bigger number minus smaller number, right? It didn't even matter the order here. We did 135 minus 120. This one we're doing 30 minus 24. Like the order of that doesn't matter. What matters is where do you start? And this one, we started with 30, right? We went 30 was the first number there. So 30 is going to go on the bottom. If you put 24, that's where you get messed up. Okay? Okay, so 30 minus 24 is 6. 6 divided by 30, right? Yeah? Everyone with me so far? Put that in your calculator. Go ahead. 6 divided by 30 is 0.2. Right? 0.2. Then move the decimal 2 places over, right? So move the decimal 2 places over. 1, 2. and I get 20%. Now again, is that an increase or a decrease? Well, I started at 30 and now I have 24. Just think about money, right? Yeah, it's going down, right? Thank you. Decrease, right? 20% decrease, right? If I've got $30, now I have 24, my money decreased.
Wait, do you just like write for the answer like 20% decrease or like just 20%? Or you still have to write like the decrease or increase?
Great question. Yes, you have to write increase or decrease. Okay. And the reason why is because, again, it tells you if you're going up or down or not, right? Like if I say, hey, how much did your stock market thing change? Oh, it changed by 10%. Well, increasing, I feel good about it. Decreasing, I feel bad about it, right? So like it really depends if you need to say by increase or decrease. Right? Otherwise, you don't know what the numbers mean. Okay, let's try another one. I think you guys will start getting the hang of it with a little practice. Okay, let's say that there were originally 27 students in the class, but now there are 33 students in the class. Can you find the percent of change and state whether it's an increase or a decrease? All right, let's see it. When you got it, go ahead and put it in the chat. Thank you, Dulce. Good job. Thank you, Madeline. Thank you, Giselle. Remember, think about if it's going up or down, though, right? Thank you, Andres. All right. Anyone else want to give a shot? Good, Chinfei. And then up or down? Mm-hmm. Good. Good. Okay. So for some of you who might have been still confused, again, remember, subtract, divide. That's it. Subtract, divide. That's all you got to do. Here we go. Subtract 33 minus 27. Divided by, again, don't divide by 33. Divide by the first number, the 27. So 6 divided by 27. Now, you probably got 0.22222, something like that, right? In your calculator. Okay, so you have to be careful. Ask where it rounds. I didn't ask you where to round, so if you just put that as 22%, that's fine. If I said round to the nearest tenth, for example, then you would have moved it here, 1, 2, and it would have been 22.2%. And again, so if you put 22, that's fine because I didn't tell you, but just be careful on the homework, wherever it asks you to go. If it says 2 decimal places, 10th or 100th or wherever, that's where we'd have to go. So you can say this is 22, you can say this is 22.2, 22.22%. Now, again, is it an increase or a decrease? Well, again, we went from 27, and then there's more students, right? We got more students, so it's an increase. And there you go, right? Pretty simple? Yeah, it's pretty simple, okay? The only mistake, look, there's only one place to really make a mistake, and that's putting the wrong original. But remember, it's just the first number. Because look, you're always going to subtract the two numbers to get the top part, right? No matter what, increase, decrease, whatever, you're always going to subtract. So sometimes people put the wrong number here. They say, but Mr. Leong, 33 is bigger. That doesn't matter. But Mr. Leong, 33 students seems like it fits better. that doesn't matter either. It's just the first, where you start is your original, okay? Where you started is your original, right? So in our example, the $5 was the original, or the $1,000 was the original, okay? So just keep that in mind.